السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين. ماذا لا رسول ماذا الإنسان ولا دستور ولا شأن ولا قدر. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: إذا رأيتم من يبيع أو يبتاع في المسجد فقول لا أربح الله تجارتك، وإذا رأيتم من ينشد فيه ضالة فقول لا يرضى الله عليك ضالة. Görürseniz ona da Allah sana kaybettiğini geri getirmesin diye. Hani onun mescitte Allah rızası için olacak. Her şey Allah yolunda olması lazım.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that in the masjid, everything should be for the sake of Allah Almighty, and everything should follow the way of Allah Almighty, and the sake of Allah Almighty should the only purpose in the message should be to follow the way of Allah Almighty.
Girmeden çıkmadan yapacağını insan yapsın. Ondan sonra bir şey kaybetti mi mescitte, orada burada insanlara suizan yapmasın diye dikkat etmesi lazım.
And when you enter the masjid, you should make sure that you do not end up in a situation where you lose something and then you blame others for having lost something. The masjid is not the place to blame others. And especially one should pay attention that when there are belongings, one should make sure that one does not end up in a situation that something gets lost and then you blame others for your own loss.
Yani ben burada cüzdanımı kaybettim, telefonumu kaybettim. Peygamber diyorsa Allah kaybettiğini getirmez sana diyor. Onu değil. Onun için camiye, mescide girdiğiniz vakit dikkat edin, başkasına da suizan olmasın, herkes zan altına durmasın diye. Onun dikkat, herkes bir şey kaybetti mi kabahati kendine olsun.
So when entering the masjid, one should know that everything from that moment should be for the sake of Allah Almighty. And if you have a pocket, a purse, or a smartphone and you lose it, you should not blame others for it. But your presence in the masjid should be dedicated for the sake of Allah Almighty, and you should not look at other people's fault or blame others, but you should know that everything happens through the will of Allah Almighty, and you not finding your belonging, whether it's your purse, your smartphone, is not the fault of others, but you should always seek the fault in yourself and blame yourself for having lost it.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: نهى عن الشراء والبيع في المسجد وأن تنشد فيه ضالة وأن ينشد فيه شعر، ونهى عن التحلق قبل صلاة يوم الجمعة. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki mescitte alışveriş yapmak, yani orada mescitte kalıp da alışveriş yapıp ev yapacağım, alacağım, şunu alacağım, araba alacağım, bunu alacağım, orada pazarlık yapmak olmaz diyor.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that the masjid is not the place, it's not a marketplace, it's not a place to perform trade, it's not the place to speak about worldly business, about things you're going to buy or or houses you're going to build. It's not a place for worldly affairs.
Onu men etti Peygamberimiz. Kayıp duyurusu yapmak, onu da yasak. Şiir okumak.
And our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, on one side he prohibited and did not recommend to talk worldly business in the masjid. On the other side, he also prohibited to make announcement that something got lost in the masjid.
Cuma günü namazdan önce halka kurmak yasaklanmıştır.
And also before prayer to read out poems to the congregation is also not permissible.
Cuma'dan önce Cuma'ya gelip Cuma'ya gelecek insan Cuma günü orada vaaz dinler, Kur'an dinler, sureler var ama
when people come to the masjid, for example, before Juma prayer, they may come there in order to listen to the khutbah, to listen to the sermon, the vaaz before the Juma prayer. They may listen to the recitation of the Quran.
Kalkıp da halka kurup da muhabbet yapmak onu men etmiştir Peygamberimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem.
But it is not permissible to come together before Juma inside the masjid and to do other things besides dedicating oneself to Allah Almighty through worship or to listening to good words. One should not congregate in the masjid in order to talk about worldly affairs or to just trash talk.
قال الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم لا تتخذوا المساجد طرقا إلا لذكر أو صلاة. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki mescitleri zikir veya namaz dışında yol edinmeyin. Yani mescit, eski mescitler büyük olur. Oradan kestirmeden ben buradan geçeyim diye onu güzel olmaz diyor Peygamberimiz.
So the masjid should not be a place for chit chat, and in addition to that, the masjid should also not be places to be a shortcut. So when you go to the masjid, you should go to the masjid for prayer or for remembering Allah Almighty, but you should not pass through a masjid because it connects you to get from one place to another place, and you just use that masjid, the area of the masjid, as a shortcut.
Namaz için gireceksen girersin, hatta tek taraftan başka şey için gene namaza gidersen olur.
When you enter the masjid in order for prayer, that's okay. Or if you go pass through a masjid to reach another place for prayer, that's also okay, but the masjid should not be used as a shortcut.
Yol geçen yapmayın diyor Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم اذنوا للنساء يصلين بالليل في المسجد. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki kadınların gece vakti mescitte namaz kılmalarına izin verin diyor. Yani vakit namazları için onlar da caiz onlar namaz kılma, mescitte kılmaları.
And our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that it is permissible for women to come to the night prayers, such as the 5 obligatory prayers, such as Maghrib or Isha. It is permissible for them to attend those prayers, those obligatory prayers during the night.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم اذنوا للنساء بالليل في المساجد. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki kadınların gece vakti mescitlere gitmelerine izin verin.
And our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, thus allows and says it is permissible for women to attend night prayers inside the masjid and to go to the masjid for performing their night prayers there.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا استأذنت أحدكم امرأته إلى المسجد فلا يمنعها. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki sizden biriniz hanımı mescide gitmek için izin istediğinde ona bundan men etmeyin diyor.
And our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that if your wife asks for permission to go to the masjid to attend prayer, then you should not prevent your wife to attend prayer inside the masjid.
Yani mescitler tabi eskiden böyle uzak şeyler değil. Yani zaten mescitler yakındı. Onun için mescide takılmaları men etmeyin diyor Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem.
And especially in former times, people lived very close to the masjid, and this holds very true in those situations where the distances are not so far. But in this hadith, our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that if your wife wants to attend the prayer inside the masjid and asks for permission, you should not prevent her from doing so.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا خرجت المرأة إلى المسجد فلتغتسل من الطيب كما تغتسل من الجنابة. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki kadın mescide gitmek istediği zaman cünüplükten dolayı guslettiği gibi sürülmüş olduğu güzel kokudan da yıkansın diyor. Yani öyle mescide giderken başkasına günaha sokmasın diye o koku falan var. Ya hiç kokmasın kokuyu. Koku varsa onda yıkasın diyor.
But our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, recommends that when the women attend and go to the masjid to perform prayer, they should make sure that as they purify and clean themselves for prayer and perform ablution, they should likewise wash themselves and clean themselves off any perfumes, and they should not apply perfumes, but should wash them away so that they may not distract others and may not cause others to perform a sin.
صدق الله فيما قال زيادة أشراف النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وصحابه الكرام وإلى أرواح جميع أنبياء المرسلين خدماء شرائعهم، وإلى أرواح الأئمة الأربعة، وإلى أرواح مشايخنا في الطريقة النقشبندية العلية، خاصة إمام الطريقة وغوث الخليقة خواجة بهاء الدين محمد ويس البخاري سيدنا عبد الخالق الجواني، مولانا الشيخ شرف الدين دارستاني، مولانا الشيخ عبد الله فايز دارستاني، مولانا الشيخ محمد ناظم هذا الحقاني، وسائر سادة الصديقين، وما نحن بحضرتهم وجوارنا في سيدنا الفوزي الأفندي والرفقاء الحاج مصطفى ترابي جملة من الدين قشر من الشهر والحسن بشهادة شهادة روح الله شهادة نقل من شهادة دفع المسلمين تعالى الفاتحة.